Namaste. Welcome. My name is Valerie Samuell, and I'm your host for Healthy Food and Happy You, and I'm delighted today to be with a very special guest, Chef Hotirah. Hotirah, namaste. Welcome. Let me give you a hug. All right. I'm so delighted to have you here today.
I'm glad to be here.
To be cooking with you, to be learning from you. We're going to be making 2 dishes.
Absolutely.
But you know, before we actually start cooking, I want to know, I want everyone at home to know, what does your name mean and how is this all related to food?
Well, first of all, as you said, my name is Chef Hotirah, and it is Hebrew. And what it means is precious remnant of Yah. And how it coincides with the food that I prepare is because when you're preparing food, it can be a very spiritual journey. Because one thing we have to realize is that when you prepare food, you can it's very healing. So that's how the two connect, because it's very spiritual and very healing.
So becoming a vegan chef for you was a spiritual journey.
Absolutely.
And a way to heal others through food.
Absolutely, because a lot of people don't realize that as you prepare food, your energy goes into it. So when you're happy, it makes you the people that taste your food happy. Even if you're in love, you're putting that love in it.
You're putting the love in the food.
It calls a lot
and
of
so
love.
Today is really all about soul food, love food, compassionate foods.
Absolutely.
But also you're the CEO of Nature's Delite.
Yes, I am.
So let us know a little bit more about Nature's Delite.
Well, Nature's Delite came about because of a salad dressing that I created. And it's a funny story, really. I was living in a household full of children, and you know how hard it is to get our children to eat their vegetables.
Right.
So, you know, when you're cooking and you're trying to get the kitchen clean and the children still sitting at the table and they won't eat, I'm like, okay, I got to do something. So I got to mix in a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and voila, Nature's Delite was born.
So essentially, you know, making things taste delicious in addition to being healthy. And that just seems to be the perfect marriage, the best combination possible.
For real, because one thing we know about vegan food, sometimes vegan food can be very bland, you know, and so you have to bring the taste, the soulful taste into it to help, you know, your palate enjoy what you're eating.
Right.
And that help you want to be more healthier. If the food is tasty, they'll eat it and then they'll be healthier.
They'll be healthier.
Yes.
And so unlike the soul food that most people might be thinking of, I know that when I think of soul food, I think of really rich foods, comfort foods, and foods that are typically high in you know, animal protein. But here today, we're really putting a whole new twist on it. So it's going to be plant-based soul foods.
Right, because, you know, soul food really came back from slavery, because during that time, we had to figure out how to make food taste good, even though we were getting the worst of the type of food. So what I've taken the soulfulness from the meat base and brought it into the plant base.
Right. Deriving, you know, plant-based foods deriving all their energy directly from either the sun,
the soil,
the earth, the soil, and today even the sea is what we're going to be exploring. Okay, perfect. So I'm all yours today.
Okay.
We're going to start with the
first thing we'll be doing is our veggie burger.
Veggie
now, you
burger.
know, a lot of people, when you say veggie burger, they bring this patty that's already, you know, but we're actually going to be doing a real veggie burger.
Okay, so by veggie burger, you mean
vegetables.
Okay, vegetables. Everyone at home got that.
Vegetables.
A lot of veggie burgers, though, tend to have, is it beans or lentils?
Or either, you know, soy based, but like I said,
Soy-based.
today we're going to be doing strictly vegetable.
So no soy. So I think this is important for the folks at home to know they're maybe trying to avoid soy products. We're going to do a no soy veggie burger. And with beets.
With shredded beets.
Shredded beets, okay.
Carrots and potatoes.
Carrots and potatoes, okay.
So first thing we're going to do.
Now what do you want me to do?
Well, right now.
Just watch.
We're going to cut the potato in half.
Okay.
If you want to, you can come and start the food processor if you just want to do something.
Well, you tell me when I'm going to put everything in. I'm like, first of all, the folks at home are probably wondering, I noticed that you still have all of the skin on these vegetables.
Yes.
So you've got, you know, the potatoes haven't been peeled, or the carrots and
or the beets. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of your nutrients lies in the skin.
Okay.
So a lot of time when you get your vegetables, you just want to wash them real good with really plain water, because you don't want to be using any detergent, adding any extra additive, unwanted additive to it. So just warm water and rub them down real good to clean them. You know.
So these have all been washed and scrubbed with a warm water.
Yes.
So
you
we're
ready?
going to shred the vegetables. All right.
So, make sure everything's locked in. So, as we're dropping it in, we just and you want, you know, you can mix them, but you want to get it mixed in real good.
Okay. And so you're putting everything together?
Yes.
Okay.
The potato is used as a starch because it helps bind it.
We'll have to say that once the machine is off. Let me ask you to repeat what you just said. The potato.
It works as a binder.
As a binder. Okay, so the potato is going to work as a binder, which basically will hold the patty together.
Right. We'll add a little flour to add to it, but the potato is, a good starch to help bind it.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Excellent.
We'll be back.
And so we'll be back and put all of these magic spices here into our shredded vegetables.
Right.
Okay. Perfect. So we're back, and Chef Hotirah, you have put all the vegetables in the food processor.
Right.
And we're going to show the folks at home basically shredding the beets, the carrots,
and the potatoes,
which will be a starch, all together. And I just really want to point out, sometimes people think this is a lengthy process, but all she did was wash the vegetables,
yes,
and then no peeling required. I mean, for me, and I know lots of busy people, busy moms, dads, cooking for their families, that's great. So, okay.
So now we're going to go ahead and just empty all the vegetable into the bowl.
Okay.
Your beets, your carrots, and mix them up together. Isn't that beautiful? I love colors. I love colors.
The colors.
Yes,
yeah,
the colors is very important.
The more colors on your plate.
Right.
Right?
Right.
The more colors on your plate,
the
healthier and the happier you are.
Now we start to add the seasoning.
Okay.
Here I have.
You've got quite a few here. So
yes. Here I have a little garlic powder.
Garlic powder.
Just one, not a whole lot.
How much is that?
I'm a soulful vegan chef. So, there's a pinch here, a pinch there.
Okay, so some garlic.
A little garlic powder.
Garlic powder, okay.
A little onion powder.
Onion powder. Okay.
You want the food to be nice and flavorful.
Okay. So would you say that was like a couple tablespoons?
Let's say 2 tablespoons.
Okay, 2 tablespoons.
Then of course we got to have a vegetable seasoning.
Vegetable seasoning.
Now
where would I buy something like? Is this a seasoning you put together yourself, or can we?
No, you can go to any store. You can go into any store that you prefer and get your seasoning. Onion powder, garlic powder, a good vegetable seasoning.
Okay.
The only thing that people might have trouble that they may not recognize is the nutritional yeast.
I recognize that nutritional yeast.
Now this you have to go most time to a health food store to get.
Okay, so nutritional yeast. For folks who haven't had nutritional yeast before, it has this wonderful cheesy quality to it, right?
Right.
A saltiness and.
Do you know where it comes from?
You're going to tell me.
It comes from the skins of the beets.
Really?
Didn't know that, did
I
you?
didn't know that. I actually didn't know that.
Okay. And so we're going to mix this, and then for our, one add a little salt. You can use sea salt, but today I'm going to use what's called liquid aminos.
Liquid amino acids.
Now, liquid aminos is similar to a soy sauce, but it doesn't have that high salt content.
Okay.
That's why we use that.
And again, we can find the liquid aminos
at health food store, but they're starting to put it into some regular stores now.
Okay, so in some of the mainstream supermarkets.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay.
So better for you than the soy sauce.
Much better than the soy sauce. Because like I said, it doesn't have that high salt content.
Okay.
So then we're going to begin to mix
All right.
And, you know, I
and
do
I can
everything.
use my hands?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, you know, my thing is, you know, you want to put your energy into the food.
Okay, so this is where like the love
comes
and
from.
the soul comes from.
Exactly.
Straight from your soul into the food. Okay.
Exactly. And then, as you see, you know, you blended everything together.
Okay.
So we want it to start to stick. So this is where the unbleached flour
Unbleached flour.
come from.
Okay.
We mix a little in because it's going to work as our binder.
So the potatoes work as the binder, but
It needs some assistance.
but the flour is going to really
Bring it together.
literally make everything stick.
Right.
Okay.
So,
All right.
in fact, if you don't mind, you want to pour some more
Sure.
flour in.
Now, okay, so should I just be sprinkling this? I just want to,
We're going to put really all of that in
we're
here.
going to put all in,
but you just take time.
you know, I got to put my love into this too.
That's right.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
I'm sprinkling. Am I doing a good job?
Okay. Let's try right there. Let's see how this works.
What should how high would we want to put that on?
Put it on like a medium to low.
So would you say like out of 10, a 5?
Yes.
Okay, a 5. And I know that this is a ceramic nonstick pan. I also want to tell our audience that this is a natural, one of those natural ceramic nonstick pans.
So don't get that extra.
No chemicals used in the actual pan and the coating itself. So do you still want me to put a little bit of the nonstick spray? So this is just olive oil. Should I go pretty light on this?
Yeah, pretty light. That's good. That's
Okay,
good. That's
okay.
good because you don't want to. Because you know olive oil will start to burn a little bit if you put too much. So you just want to coat it
so just
a
like
little
a
bit.
light coat,
A light coat
with the nonstick pan. And so how long approximately are these burgers going to be cooking for?
And see, around 5 minutes each. No,
So,
on each
so,
side.
and so this is fast.
Yes, this is fast.
I mean, you could wash your vegetables in advance and then just come home and throw everything in the food processor.
And you also can make the patties and freeze them.
You can freeze. Okay. Wow.
So no problem.
Excellent. Now I wouldn't. Do I want to press on these and flatten them out?
You can press on just a little bit.
Okay, just a little bit.
You hear that sizzling?
It smells so good.
Go ahead and put 4 in there. Just hold.
Everything's color coordinated today on our set. So,
yes. While you do it now, I'm just gonna rinse off a little bit.
Okay. So we've got 4 cooking here right now, and she's got another 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So like anywhere from like almost 9 to 10 of these veggie burgers. Depending on, how big you want to make them.
Right, because you can make them as big as, some people like jumbo burgers.
Jumbo veggie burger. All right, so should I try and flip one over?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Because you want to make sure that,
I'm getting hungry.
that it's sizzling enough, and holding.
Right, because if
and that it's cooked, getting cooked all the way through.
Okay, because
So
if we
let's say
flip
around
them
5
over
minutes
like
each.
too quickly, they
They
might
fall apart.
fall apart. Okay, so I'm going to put this down, and you're going to tell me.
So,
So we're going to let this cook for a little
Let that
bit.
cook for a
Leave
little
those
bit.
off to the side,
Right.
and we're going to start our second dish.
Yeah.
Okay, so our second dish is a raw dish. And it's a green because we're talking about soul foods.
That's right.
But it's not the green that you might think traditionally in soul foods. It's not kale or chard. But we're going to be working with seaweed. In fact, we have, I'm amazed at the variety of seaweed that we have here today. We have, let's see.
you got the nori sheets.
We've got the nori sheets. And I just want to pull one of these up because it's just so beautiful. They're like a sheet of paper, really. And the nori sheets are what people are
used
most
for sushi rolls.
So most of us have seen the nori sheets because of sushi, the popularity of sushi, and by the way, great vegan sushi, right? That can be made with those. And then the kombu, I want to pull this one up too. Did you feel that?
Yes.
That's often used for soup stock, right?
Making good stock, yes.
Okay. I mean, it's like thick. Really thick.
And you let it cook, you put in, whatever other season you want, you let it cook down.
Okay. And then we've got these little dried HIJIKI, primarily dried, right? That you can use for sauces.
Right.
Okay. And then what are we going to work with today? Because this is the seaweed you brought in for the seaweed
salad. We're working with the
salad.
wakame. Now, a lot of people don't know that seaweed is a very important seafood because it has all, thank you. Yeah, see how nice and golden that came out?
Sorry. Keep telling us about seaweed.
The wakame, seaweed in general is a very good, healthy food because it has all the trace minerals that your body needs. And that's most important. A lot of people don't know, you can even bathe in this.
Did you say bathe?
Yes.
Bathe in seaweed.
Yes, you put it into your bath water.
A seaweed wrap.
Seaweed wrap, yes. Because people don't understand that seaweed inside and out help protect your body from radiation. And with all this radiation, with our cell phones and computers, we need all the protection that we can get.
So seaweed is a superfood.
It's a superfood.
And
super green food.
Super green food. All of the essential trace minerals and amino acids.
Yes.
And literally, you could survive on
seaweed and water.
Yeah, seaweed and water. All right, okay.
And how those burgers coming along?
I think they're good. I turned down the heat a little bit.
Okay.
I didn't want to burn these beautiful burgers.
Right, you need to cook a little bit more.
Cook a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to leave that.
Seaweed is so simple to make. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little warm water because as you see, it's dehydrated and we need to hydrate it.
So how much seaweed is there, approximately?
This is maybe a cup and a half. Which
okay.
is a little seaweed go a long way because as I begin to moisturize it, it's going to start to swell.
So so it's going to expand.
It's going to expand.
So you're going to go ahead and put the
I'm going to go ahead and put the water.
Okay.
Let's see, figure out which
and
one
again, this really reminds us that these foods, these plant-based whole foods, goes a long way, and they're so dense in nutrients, not only packed with power and flavor, but they're so nutrient dense that a little goes a long way. Okay.
And as I was telling you, my seaweed is different from other people's seaweed. I don't like my seaweed to get real,
Yeah, sometimes it can be a little slimy or soggy, so I was going to ask you about that.
So what I do as I add my warm water, I play with it because I want to control how soft it's going to get. Because I want it to be not hard, but I want it to have a chewy section to it. So you get it.
So do we have this on camera? Like, can everyone see that you're like massaging it? You're giving it like a massage.
Giving it some love.
Ooh.
Giving it some love. And as you see, as I'm doing that, can you see how it's swelling?
Yeah, the texture is actually expanding and changing. It's going from a very dry, like I have the dried version here, which is almost like reminds me like a tea leaf or something, like a dried, and now it's getting very moist. Wow, that's amazing. And the smell.
You smell it?
Yeah, it smells like the ocean.
You can't massage it.
All right.
Can you hand me the 2 bell peppers?
Sure. Yeah. Let's watch
see?
Let's watch you.
And the peppers have already been washed.
Okay.
So I like colors.
Okay.
The peppers are basically there for a little flavoring, but mainly just to give it some color.
Okay.
So I cut I cut the pepper in half.
Okay.
And then begin to slice.
And so for those of us who really, feel like we aren't master chefs like you, can we it seems like everything's really simple, like
really simple
chopping. It doesn't need to, I'm sorry. Okay.
A lot of people say, but I can't chop. Take your time.
Take your time.
Take your time, I like my hand doing whatever I can do with my hand, I really like to do that because, like I say, go back to energy.
You're the energy, right. So
you use a lot of machinery, what energy are you getting?
That's a good point. I like that. Okay. All right. So for the folks at home, you don't necessarily need fancy equipment. You can just chop things very simply and put all your love and energy into it. Okay, great. How am I doing here? It's really starting to get quite thick and
yes, it is.
Fluffy.
So we can put the peppers in now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And like I say,
Oh wow, the colors are beautiful.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Our burgers look done.
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and
take
turn
them
off
out.
the heat. And I just still can't believe that this is this simple. So we're going to basically complete our salad. So what do we have left?
Okay, the only thing we got to do here is add the nutritional yeast.
Okay, so the nutritional yeast,
yes,
which can be very high. Most nutritional yeasts are supplemented with B12, which when you're eating plant-based whole foods is a great source of B12.
Right, and then we're going to add our hot sesame oil.
Hot sesame oil, that's right. So a little heat, a little kick, which will complement the beet burgers.
Right. And then you just begin to mix.
And then that's it?
That is it.
And that is it. And that is it. Amazing. Yeah.
That is it.
And have we used anything with, this is also all totally gluten-free today.
Oh, totally.
So we're gluten-free, meat-free, high in love, high in energy.
Voila.
All right, so our veggie burgers are done. Our soulful seaweed salad is also done. And we're going to take a short break for a public service announcement, and then we'll be back to indulge in these amazing, delightful foods with Chef Hotirah.
For years, scientists have explored remote corners of the earth, searching for exotic substances that might help prevent cancer. At last, man has discovered a secret place where powerful remedies can actually be found. Medical research shows that a vegetarian diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can help prevent many types of cancer. Wherever you live, cancer prevention is as close as your grocery store. To learn more, call 866-906-WELL.
We're back with Chef Hotirah, and we've created a delicious and beautiful meal. We have the veggie burgers with the beets, carrots, and potatoes, right?
Right.
And the color is just beautiful. I just want to do this so the folks at home can see. And then we have the seaweed salad that has
wakame seaweed salad.
Wakame seaweed salad that has a kick. It's a little bit spicy.
A touch spice.
And it has color too with the peppers. I just can't wait to taste all of these delicious foods that you've prepared for us. If our audience members want to know, where can they find you? How can they contact you, Hotirah? Tell them.
Well, you can contact me either on my Facebook page, Nature's Delite, or at my email, which is spelled NATURESDELITE. Because a lot of people get the Delite.
Delite,
right.
DELITE.
At gmail.com. And I do meal preparations, I do catering, as well as cooking classes.
Okay. Well, I feel like I've learned so much. You've expanded my horizons on the possibilities of foods. This isn't a restricted diet. This is just boundless, limitless possibilities to awaken your palate. I certainly feel enlightened today. And it all sits very well with my soul. So I'm ready to dig in if you are too.
Sure.
Yeah, and that concludes our episode today of Healthy Food, Happy You. Okay. Namaste. Namaste. You're going to use your chopsticks?
No, I'm going to use my fork.
Okay.
So tell me how you like it.
All right. I'm going to try the seaweed salad first.
Of course, I'm going for the veggie burger.
Make you happy.
Make you